I wanted to end Black History Month off with a straight banger. Most people didn't really know or wasn't really tapped into Mr. Terrific before that Superman movie, including me, bro. I wasn't really tapped into him like that. I'm glad that James Gunn introduced him in the Superman movie, and now he's garnering much more attention. And I was like, oh, yo, I gotta read this comic, Mr. Terrific Year 1, and he's him, bro. Let me just show some love to the Mr. Terrific on Black History Month. I'm glad I got into his origin story. One of the smartest people in all of the DC universe. The story starts off with him overly glazing himself. He was telling his time of how he was with all these superpowered people. They went up against Darkseid. And Darkseid, you can't really, at least him, he can't really throw fate with him. So he's basically like a hurricane, something that you gotta endure. Justice League, they defeated him. But after defeating him, interdimensional rifts opened up. We have a flashback to before he became Mr. Terrific. He's in this messy ass room. He got paper, clothes everywhere. Probably pizza under his pillow, stains in his drawers, probably got 3-week-old pizza under his bed, under his pillow. It's just a mess, bro. He got bottles all up there, chips and all up there, bro. I already know he ain't washed his sheets in like 10 months, bro. Like, I already know about musty as hell in there. Bro was like, wake your musty ass up. And this is his dog, Dre. It's literally his best friend. Like, that's his day one type shit. That's literally his twin for real, bro. There don't be enough friendships like this nowadays, bro. He literally went over there to make that man some breakfast. That's W mans. That's a W friendship. He's going through something right now, and he went over there to make him some breakfast, bro. W man. Shout out to that nigga Dre, man. He's an all-star. Michael's wife is dead, so he's really going through a lot right now. He's exhausted, tired, mentally drained, physically drained, spiritually drained, everything drained. He lost the will to do everything, bro. He barely go outside the house. He's just in a depressive ass state right now because he built up this whole life with his wife and everything. Her just being gone is just ripped everything out. And Dre is trying to motivate him to get out, do everything, keep building. Your wife wouldn't want you to stay in here and do it, but he really don't care, bro. He's not trying to hear all that, man. And then we get these early look-ins at the T-Spear that he was making. Then we get this jump scare of him, this workout program Jay was doing out on that joint, bro. His own self, he saw that big red bald head. He's like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's really what I be looking like, dude. God. But yeah, Dre just kept pushing him to get back to work because him and his wife was working on something, but after his wife died, he just stopped working on the business. He sold it to the first person who asked for it instead of selling it to the right person. And that person is doing some shady stuff with the business. People are getting sick because of this engine. He sold it to this person named Athena, and people are getting sick around the engine that she's working on. It's kind of like real life, how people are getting sick because of these AI data centers. He's trying to ask Michael for some help, like, oh man, we gotta do something about this, bro. Like, they using what you and your wife built for some evil type stuff. Michael's like, you ain't got no evidence. I'm telling you, people be saying conspiracy theory this, conspiracy theory that, but most of the time, conspiracy theories be telling the truth, bro. People don't want to be believing it. They just be stuck in the system. He ain't trying to listen to his brother speak that real shit. He ain't trying to go off with no real tangible evidence. So he was like, man, fuck all that, bro. I'm about to go back in my messy ass crib, go back to sleep, and doom scroll and just rot away. He's like, people get sick all the time, G. Ain't my problem. They best be going to a doctor or something. Shit. Athena, she's trying to get approval from the members of the council to operate on her Nexus Engine. The members of the council, they was overly going. You could tell that they got paid off. It's corrupt system. You could tell that they was overly going. She said, oh, if you don't want it, I can go somewhere else. Like, they go somewhere else then, bro. Why they just easily accepted this shit, bro? Then we get this emotional scene where he visits his wife's grave. He admits he's just lost without her. Said that she was his living memory. Her death made him quit the world. It made him just want to quit life. But then he just confessed that he might have made a mistake right after her death, selling that company. And then we cut to these YNs and they trying to break into the area where Athena had this Nexus Engine at. They was on that stealthy type shit. Then this nigga named Conran, he's like the ultimate D1 A tier bootlicker, so he willing to do anything for the company. Him and his little task force got throwing that fade with the YNs who broke inside that joint. So they started bopping it up and they started tasing niggas and shit, bro. If the folks started running, then Athena crazy ass was like, activate the machine. The machine was activated. Niggas started turning purple, pink, blue, yellow. Niggas looked like he getting sick and shit. One of them got out of there. Then we revealed that Dre was one of those YNs that was breaking in the building. He was basically saying, I was out with gang in them, organizingly crashing out for the community for a positive cause. Michael was like, what your ass doing out this late? Athena was joining on this nigga Conran. Them niggas got away and shit. Said two of them got away. But yeah, you know Michael and Dre, they tight. So he wake up in the middle of the night, pick Brody up. Another car was chasing them, so he hit the gas on their ass, bro. Started skirting and shit. But yeah, they was driving and for some reason, they stopped in the middle of the fucking road. Like, what the fuck? And after doing that, I'm going to the crib or some place to stay low at. Like, you tripping. And Sniper was eyeing them down. I'm like, damn. The saxophone music started playing. Bang! My brother Dre dead. God damn. They done killed Dre off, bro. He was the realest nigga issue 1. God damn. Issue 2. We cut back to the present. He's saying he went back to the building to where it all started. And he's basically getting PTSD from being in that joint. It's like going over a scar you got a long time ago through a traumatic memory type shit. So he was going through that old ass building. We see the dimensional rift and we see this Hellhound from Darkseid's dimension. So that Hellhound started to get out the little dimensional shit. Started attacking my bro. Listen, terrific. Stay tight. He started going crazy with the T-spears. Threw that little mud across the wall. Then look at him hitting that sprint. Bolt out that motherfucker. Running from that joint, bro. Mind you, that joint probably way faster than a cheetah. I don't know, that joint big as hell, but he was going crazy with the T-spears teeing up on that joint. And then we get the flashback. He was going through a lot. His wife died. His best friend died. So he's like, dang, bro, I just keep losing people. Losing people close to my life. Losing people who made me who I am. He just had enough. He was about to self-delete himself and jump from the bridge. But the Spectre pulled up. He was like, hey, yo, man. All that happened is a Canon event to make you who you really are. You can't be jumping out this motherfucker. If you jump, then you a hoe. And then we cut back to Athena and she just joning on this nigga Conran, bruh. And she just mad that all that shit happened with the positive YNs. They broke inside they shit and they fucked they shit up, bruh. They having this little idea of maybe they was working for Lex Luthor type shit. But she told them to leave. She just fed up with that nigga, bruh. And then out of nowhere, she getting fucking possessed by a whole interdimensional demon. She getting possessed by Darkseid, bruh. She even calling it my lord. Crazy. She was moaning and shit, bro. Saying, hey, you gotta get this Nexus Engine up and running no matter what, basically. But then we cut back to Michael and the Spectre talking. And Michael, this whole time, he think he going crazy in the head because he's saying he don't believe in God. But Spectre is like, I am God's wrath. I am not God. Yet I'm here, right here. So I am God's wrath. So it looking like you wrong, twin. And basically he's saying that his brother dying, his wife dying, it's all a Canon event to become who you truly are. Then Michael's like, he's none to this universe because he like only a speck of dust. Speck of stardust in this whole entire universe. But the Spectre was like, nah, twin, you like the Jenga game? You that important block. Like, you that important ass block. If you're removed from the structure, the whole thing gonna fall apart. You that important block, twin. So you feel me? You could cause a whole chain reaction. The whole structure gonna fall down if you tuck it out of that structure. And then he was reminiscing about his bro Dre, like how he grew up with him and all that back when he ain't had nothing, back in the bottom, you feel me? And he said he was a competitive dude. He was able to push him to be the best man he was able to be. And then eventually that man Jeff, Black Lightning, joined the trio. Bro, that man Dre was also his best man for his wedding when he married his wife, man. Now they both gone. So now he just feeling like GG. But the Spectre was like, what did he want? He was like, if you really God, then let me talk to my wife. But he's like, I'm not God, I'm God's wrath. And then he just picked him up, threw him in. He said, if you would have died, he threw that man in the lake. And then he reminisced about his wife, how they built Hart Industries from the ground up, and how she was low-key really smarter than him for it. Them together working on Hart Industries was their whole entire thing, their whole entire life. Then she got pregnant, and he wasn't really ready to become a father for real, man. Hart Industries was for real their baby to him. He wasn't really for all that father shit, bro. He wanted to get his goal done first, and then maybe focus on that down the line. And over time, time she just stopped focusing on the project, he was still tinkering with it. She actually noticed that this whole thing that they was creating is destructive. Like, it's not going to be helpful to humanity. It's just going to cause more destruction, especially in the wrong hands. So she just wanted to stop it entirely, but he just kept focusing on it. And then a few days later, she passed away. It was GG's car crash. So after she crashed, it came into the realizations like, damn, at first I wasn't really ready to be a father, but now that's all he wanted after that, bro. He took it for granted. He took all that for granted, bro. He just sold it to the first person and brought it away, bro. And that's where the Nexus Engine came in hand, and where Dre was like, hey, you just doing something with the Nexus? And he admitted that he never told Dre that he gave her the exact plans to the Nexus and all that, and couldn't reveal that. So he's really feeling that pain of Dre dying being on him. The Spectre went down into his human form to try to talk to him on a more personal level, to talk about the OG Mr. Terrific from the Justice Society. The Spectre mentioned how he had the same attributes as Michael and went through the same shit as Michael, but instead of choosing self-deletion, he chose to fight back and deliver phase in the name of justice. Michael wasn't really going with that superhero shit at first until Spectre was like, nigga, you from the bottoms. Niggas like Superman, an alien from space, and Batman, a rich billionaire, wasn't really starting out in them trenches. So you got a better understanding and more of a purpose to fight for the little guy. Then he asked Green Godly, bro, to get him off that bridge. After that, he got the clean little shave with it, and he was looking at a picture of OG Mr. Terrific, ready to pay homage. Then we go to the funeral. Conran, weird ass, was spying on them at the funeral for the nigga that he killed. Then we meet that nigga Black Lightning. He was like, why you dugging me, twin? He was like, why you dugging me, twin? I've been trying to catch up with you. Then before Michael could get a second sentence off, explaining what happened to Dre, Black Lightning phone rung. It was like, ring a ding ding ding. He answered it. Then he was like, oh shit, I got a blast. I got league business to attend to. And Michael was like, yeah, sure, all right, bro. Do your own thing. I got this shit on my own, twin. So now he at the basketball court in front of the Prescott Tower, ready to get the wrecking with the first ever design of his own Mr. Terrific suit, paying homage with the sample. Issue 3 starts off with him saying, I'm definitely not the strongest hero, but I'm from them gateway trenches. So I'm really tough as hell out here. Then once he fully entered that little dimensional rift shit, the dogs started to chill on him. Then a bunch of parademons started to pull up for that fade. Then we cut back to the past where he's trying to break into the Prescott building, and we see the T-Spear they had in the beginning when it jump scared the little security guard. He said it was only right to bring Dre. Black Lightning seemed like he on his own shit, bro. Long live Dre, bro. Long live Dre. So he got the little Dre to do this shit. He started chasing after the little hologram, and then we see him stepping in the building looking all tough and shit, bro. Motorcycle helmet looking clean. Had to stuff for the camera right quick. No cap. Mr. T in the building. No cap. And look at the way he opened that elevator too, with all that aura. He look at the way he jumped down that elevator too, with all that aura. And then we cut to the scene with Lex Luthor and Prescott. And Prescott is on the Lex. She think Lex trying to steal the plans for her Nexus Engine and shit, and she ain't fucking with that, bro. She's saying, your bald ass better go back to playing around with that Superman nigga, bro. Don't get caught up in my plans. Bigger shit is evolving around here, bro. She said, you better get your bald ass back to Metropolis, or I'm gonna sue the shit out of you. Try me, ho. Then she walked off doing a little strut type shit. And we also find out that they went to the same grad school together, and it seemed like they always had this type of competition. The whole time, Lex really up to some shady shit behind the scenes, bro. He got shit going on, trying to rebuild the engine. And Conran, he sent corporate goons to Michael house, cause he got his suspicions on that nigga. And Conran, he's so quick to ready to kill this nigga. But Athena was like, hey yo, chill out. Don't kill Brody. Cause if you kill Brody, then it's gonna start looking suspicious. They just wanted to hop in there and see what he's up to. At Prescott, she is doubting that he's up to anything, because she's in her head, she's still thinking that he's hella depressed after what happened. But she is absolutely wrong. So they go inside there and they see this hologram of Michael yawning and shit. They like, oh shit, this nigga ain't on shit, he ain't on none. And then they check the garage, bro. They see the car right there. They like, oh, he ain't on none. Then Prescott, she left the room like, oh yeah, that nigga ain't on none. He telling them how he tricked them with the hologram. It's like, oh yeah, I don't trust all this shit, bro. I already know some shit going on. I see some glitches. Oh man, I'm about to get to the bottom of this, bro. D1 bootlegger doing everything, bro. Prescott don't care, but that nigga care OD. And then we cut to Lex Luthor little group, and Shorty was like, hey man, we ready to test this shit out, so you know we about to test out tonight. And he's like, no, it's not ready yet. Why the fuck are we testing this shit out? It's definitely not ready. And she like, no, we testing this shit out tonight, man. I don't give a fuck, bro. She was gonna test it out. She started getting on that helicopter, and Brody already knew what was gonna happen. He's like, hey, can you at least try to take me on that? And he said, no, there ain't no room left. Man, I don't give a fuck. If I was working there. I have my suspicions about this project, bruh. I'm forcing my way on that fucking helicopter. I don't give a fuck. I ain't just about to accept getting blown the fuck up. And guess what happened? Everybody got blown the fuck up. And she hollered like she ain't know what the fuck was gonna happen. Then the Batman came out. You already know Batman about to get to work on this shit. So he put up to the Nexus Engine and he was like, damn, my wife was really one of them, like, goddamn, bro. And then pop, that nigga Conran popping hella niggas in this comic. He just shot my man Michael out of nowhere. So he put up with that blicky. And then Mr. Terrific hit the Just Dance move. It's some breakdancing move. Had that nigga tripped up and he shot one of his T-spears. But he got another one on him, bro. He could do this all day type shit. So then they get into throwing that fade right quick and exchanging their identities, saying his name Conran, saying his name Mr. Terrific, and he think that Mr. Terrific name's ass. Like you just recycling some old school shit. And then Mr. Terrific's like, hey, I don't think you should be talking about names. Your name is pretty ass too. Not gonna lie, twin. But after that, Terrific, he not certified with them hands like that. Conran was just beating on this nigga ass, straight fucking that nigga up crazy. He broke his shit open. Then he knew who the fuck he was. That's tough. We go on to issue 4 and we cut back to the present. Issue 4 starts off with him finding these parademons and he's telling this story about how he was little and the teachers thought he was mentally challenged because he was always staring into space and not paying attention. But his dad seen the smartness in him, bro. I don't know why the teachers just saying he mentally challenged just because he just didn't care about what they was teaching, bro. Because his dad seen the smartness when he was playing Jeopardy and he was like, oh snap, bro. You locking in for this Jeopardy, but you're not locking in for in the classroom. And he was like, you gotta apply yourself to the world before the world apply itself on you. So the next day, his father took him to the school and he was like, instead of holding him back, I'm trying to skip him up a couple more grades. And the whole administration look at his father like he was mentally challenged too. But his dad had him take the test. Little Michael wasn't trying to take the test, but he still took the test. And guess what? He aced it. After he aced it, that changed the whole trajectory of his life. Later on, he met Dre in 6th grade. Dre was like a bigger brother to him because he always looked out for him. His father was like, as a parent, you always gotta take risks with your children and believe in them, no matter what. W father, W Michael father, bro. Then we cut back to the past and we looking back on this ass whooping Michael was getting from Conran. And he beat the shit out of him. His helmet started popping off and he seen his true identity. And he was pissed because he already knew he got it right the whole time, but Prescott wasn't believing in him. But his little T-spear did a little shit with the water pipe, had the water flowing and shit. Then one of his little corporate goons started shooting and he was like, no nigga, don't shoot at the reactor. And then Michael was able to escape out that hole. And as he was escaping through the little water tunnel, bruh, he was like, damn, bruh. He felt this big self-doubt hitting him, bro. And he felt like he let down all the important people who are not in his life no more, man. Little Lexus, little penthouse, bruh, he cooling. And then Batman popped up with it. Then Batman was basically one Lex Luthor, like, hey, if you up to anything in my city, now I'm gonna put a dent in your head. Then he disappeared. And the next day, how long can we have it back up? Because the nigga who shot the gun fucked up the Nexus engine. And he's like, hey, it ain't safe for human exposure right now, so we gotta wait until the radiation is gone. And she like, I want it up and running by the end of the day. I don't give a fuck. Do it. He's like, ma'am, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you understand me? Get it done, bitch. Evil ass boss. Just want you to do shit when it don't even make no logical sense. You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Then she started firing. She fired that nigga Conran. That nigga pissing her off. He was saying, hey, it's Michael. And she just won't believe him. Then she had her guards escort that nigga out, even though he was right all along. Then she was pissed by what was happening. Then she started flying and moaning. And it appears Darkseid is taking control of her, bro. She got demons. Take it, bro. This how these billionaires really be acting, no cap, bro. They be having demons taking control of them. They be doing the weird shit they be doing. This is what they be like behind the scenes, bro. No cap. Demon in their head talking to them. Probably, or some evil alien, some evil interdimensional alien talking to them or some shit like that. So Darkseid was basically telling her, bro, you better tee the fuck up. Make sure this Nexus engine up and running. I don't give a fuck what's happening. Make sure that shit up and running and going. Then we cut back to Michael. He's in this self-healing pod. He created it for athletes years ago. And this is fire, bro. But yeah, man, he got in that joint because he got his ass kicked. Then Nola informed him that there was somebody at his door. And guess who's at his door? It's Bruce motherfucker Wayne in that bitch. Stunned with the business suit, man, pulling up with it. And he asked him if he could help him with a problem that's going on in Gotham. Then we see Conran listening to the news, ready to be on his school shooter type timing, throwing a knife at Athena's head. And Bruce trying to get tapped into what's going on with this engine. Michael was informing him, he's like, damn, I should have sold that joint to you, bro. And he's showing him the chaos that Lex engine caused when that shit blew up. And he asked him if he could clean all that shit up before the weather changes and the wind start blowing all that radiation to the innocent civilians in Gotham. So Bruce got the private plane and got him to the lab so they could get to work. And he was saying how it's been such a long while since he's been in the lab. And as he was in the lab, he's like, hey, I ain't know you was smart like that. I ain't know you. There's a lot of shit you don't know about me, twin. He was basically like, damn, if I knew what I knew now, it would have all made sense. Then we cut to Alfred's like, why are you monitoring him? And Batman, he always goes to a deep amount of length just in case anything was to happen, bro. He got protocol. He always think of the worst scenario for everything, and he's always prepared for it, bro. So that's why he just making sure that he ain't the one doing all this bullshit. But yeah, there's only a handful of people who could create an engine like that, and it's him. But yeah, you already know Batman was in the comic. He had to get a little clean look or farm right quick while he putting the mask on. Looking crucial as hell. But yeah, he just making sure Michael ain't on no fuck shit. Michael locked in. He used his mind, make sure the bacteria absorbed the radiation as a food source to make sure no big explosions be happening. And then we see Batman in the cut with it, spying on that nigga instead of helping him. Then we cut back to Athena crazy ass, and she trying to make sure to get this engine up and running. That's the only thing she care about. She care about it more than food. She care about it more than clothes. She care about it more than family. She care about it more than life. And this nigga was like, the radiation from the engine is like heating the fuck out the room. So in order to make that stop, we need a switch. We've been sending robotics out there, but they ain't been doing shit. They been melting. And her crazy ass was like, how long we got to the chamber to cools? And he was like, hey, we got like weeks until it cools, bro. Maybe never. And she going for that. She's trying to get the shit up and running quick as a motherfucker. And she's like, man, fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that bullshit. Where the suits at? Let me hop in that bitch. She's like, goddamn, bitch. It's too dangerous. Like, you ain't gonna, like, what the fuck is you even doing? But Miss Prescott, she's like, bro, she got that suit on. She took the risk. Everybody was like that one meme where niggas was surprised. Then she got zapped the fuck up. Now we going on to issue 5. We both go back to the Palace of Eternity, and we found out Hellhound had a Brody too, and then Brody died too. Long live Hellhound Brody. This is terrific. Like, I gotta close this dimensional rift so this crazy motherfucker shooting the Hellhound, trying to shoot at me, don't get out into the other world. So he said, hey, I'm gonna close this motherfucker. I'm gonna take that sacrifice. Then out of nowhere, this nigga long lost son just popped out of nowhere saving him. I'm like, dang. Nigga already knew that was his dad. Then we cut back to the past again. Then we seen this Batman being stealthy. He put a little, bat tracker on these two old motherfuckers, and he's getting ready to buy Prescott Industries. He ain't backing out like how Netflix just did. So yeah, he calling his whole gang. He called Bruce Wayne so he could buy Prescott Industries. Then he called the councilwoman so they can have a court injunction. He said he can get a good lawyer too, so they finna get busy with that. And then he admitted that after Dre's death, he hasn't really been tapped in his flow state doing science, but now he's fully back into that after working with Bruce Wayne. He's locked in. He locked into what he loved to do, and he back into it, bro. And he finding his love again, striving as a person. Michael called up the clinic. He was trying to fund the clinic of the Bios, man. Shout out to Michael. He really providing for his own community, bro. Black excellence, bro. You gotta love it, bro. And the clinic thought he wasn't balling like that, but motherfucker, he indeed balling. He got that money. He said, send me a number and I'll cash that check, motherfucker. Then he was looking at that Dre fitness little program and a hologram again. Long live Dre. Long live my nigga Dre. Then somebody put up to the door. Special guest is Black Lightning again. In the suit, in the flesh, in the lightning and all that. And he was like, bro, if you don't get your ass down walking here like a regular motherfucker, come on, you always got stun on the holes. Come on now. Then after Prescott was literally putting her life over everything, I told you, she putting her life to get this Nexus engine up and running. If she had 3rd-degree burns, it could have been worse, but she only got 3rd-degree burns from what the fuck happened there. And as soon as she woke back up, she want to get back to business with that engine. She don't give a fuck about nothing but that engine. No cap. Crazy ass woman. He said, I own this motherfucker. I can lead this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about no maid. Conran getting ready to be on his school shooter timing, leaving the crib. Then we get this conversation between Michael and Jeff. And then he dropped the bomb. Athena Prescott killed Brody. Dre. He's like, what? One of her guys, Conran, man, got the school shooter badge. He crazy as a bitch. Top tier D1 bootlicker. He crazy. I already know. He joined the clan part of his life, bro, before. Michael feeling the guilt of Dre being dead because we seen how he was on to something like, oh, Prescott, she on this. Let's step up. Let's do something. Let's fight for the community. Let's liberate our people at the bottoms. But he just was not going for that, man. He was stuck in his love after his wife died. But man, he can't blame it on himself, especially what he went through, though. And Jeff was like, man, whoever shot him was the person who killed him, not you, bro. Don't blame that shit on you, bro. We gonna get through this, man. She come out that bitch with all them protesters ready to get that Nexus engine up and running. This was the day she been waiting for, bro. She put everything over this motherfucker. And then we start seeing her hands starting to glow pink. Then out of no come that bitch done blewed up. And this nigga, Conran, is on top tier school shooter badge. Timing 99 overall. Jeff was always keep saying, why you been ducking me, twin? Why you been ducking me? He's finally admitting, and he's like, bro, you been playing superhero, bro. He been trying to low-key tell you, but you been saying I got justice business to tend to and shit and all that. He said, I'm not no superhero. I'm just trying to do the right thing. And Jeff was like, hey, I was trying to do that in the beginning, bro. Then I became Black Lightning, twin. He talking about you can use your power for so much more. It's my body, my power, it's my choice, motherfucker. I use my powers for whatever the fuck I want to. And at least I'm out here saving people. I ain't trying to be one of your science projects, bro. He asked him to be the groomsman for his wedding, but he didn't show up because he had league business. He just keep not showing up for his friends, for his peoples, for his day ones. Because he kept having to do shit with the Justice League, and he ain't felt too good about that. But they all talked about it. All they really need was just a little talking after a lot of years of disconnection. So they cut up, man. They squashed all that shit. They said they cool, and they hit a little fist bump with him. W friendship. And out of nowhere, alarms start popping up, explosion, niggas getting shot, bro. So they got the business and they suited up. And then we see this nigga top tier. We see this nigga Conant, top tier school shooter, 99 overall, all the school shooter badges. He just shooting at random people. Like what? One little piggy, two little piggy, three little, what the fuck? He just shooting at random people till he see Prescott. What in the world is this nigga doing? But guess what, man? You see them in the car, bro. They in the car rolling with it. Look the way they hop out that car. I hop over cars while I shoot. They think it's I'm Tom Cruise. Watching my bitch on Bobby. They look so clean, so smooth with it. Mr. Terrific and Black Lightning, a dynamic duo, looking crucial. Oh my goodness, bro. Looking too fire, looking too clean. No cap, bro. Then they divided up. He wanted his get back with Conran, because last time he was beating the fuck out his ass. So Black Lightning, he had to handle the explosion shits going on. Mr. Terrific hit a little Ray Lewis on that nigga Conran. Black Lightning wanted that bitch, but he was lost to shit because he ain't that smart as Mr. Terrific, so he ain't know what the fuck was going on or what he had to do. So he had to contact Mr. Terrific while he was throwing the fade. So he had to throw the fade and have a smart ass conversation at the same time. That's like trying to take a test while you boxing and shit. Like, shit crazy. He was on the verge of getting his ass beat the fuck up again. But then he brought out one of those T-spears because he ain't certified with them hands. So he got them T-spears up. Lashed his, like the solar flare that Krillin be doing. And then the T-spear started whipping on that nigga ass crazy. And he always saying that he always gonna help the little guy out. He said, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna fight to make a more perfect world. And the T-spear was just kept whipping that nigga ass, fucking that nigga shit up. Fair play in these fists, nigga. Right here, right now. And then he say the famous line. Cause I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. Stand on your shit, Mr. T. Yes, sir. And then they hit the dynamic duo pose, looking 5 foot or forming for the camera. This motherfucker Prescott turned into a fucking supervillain in the back. They ain't even notice her ass. So this motherfucker Prescott came out of nowhere on their ass. Even Conran was shooketh. Black Lightning was trying to handle her ass, but she looked like she just absorbing that bitch. Handling that nigga like a frisbee. Then she started talking shit. That nigga Conran like, you came here to kill me, bitch. You couldn't even do that. And he was like, oh, it's GG's. And Mr. Terrific was like, yeah, it should be GG's for your ass. I should let her fry your ass. Then he throw your little T-spear out. She tossed that shit out the way too. Then she started yelling some shit about Darkseid, and then she blasted the fuck off the Prescott Tower. So she was on her way to Prescott Tower, and Conran was on his way to jail. So he stopped him and told you, I told you I was Mr. Goddamn Terrific, and you gonna know that name. Now get in your cell, little nigga. And Prescott, she going crazy. She fucking melting into the building, going back to the Nexus Engine. And then Black Lightning, Mr. Terrific, they pull up in that bitch, bro. He started stunning while doing this little trick, while he flown with a little T-spear in one hand with it, looking like Odell and shit, bro. And goddamn, Granny Gooden, her fat ass popped out of nowhere with her parademons trying to go crazy. And then all of a sudden, Black Lightning already knew what the fuck they were dealing with. He fought with the Justice League plenty of times. He already knew this was tied to Apocalypse. Parademons, he already knew what the fuck they were. So yeah, he was tapped in, bro. Black Lightning was tapped in what the fuck was going on. So they do this little cool combo move where the Mr. Terrific shoot the T-spear and the Black Lightning shoot the lightning at it. W-ass dynamic duo team up right here, bro. And a lot of these motherfuckers got fucked up. A lot of them parademons got fucked up. And Black Lightning was like, hey, shoot another one of them bitches and I can end this shit for real. But hey, Mr. T, was like, nah, bro, we gotta chill out, cause this whole Nexus Engine shit, we gotta be careful with this. And then Shawty was finally realizing Conran was right. You fired that nigga for no reason. GG, fired that nigga for no reason. Crazy ass. Then her crazy ass start talking about she's no longer Athena Prescott. She said she's something greater. She said she ascended. And Black Lightning was like, hey, Granny Goodness is only using you, bro. Don't be a simp. The Granny. She started choking out that nigga Black Lightning and called Michael a bug as she threw him to the ground, trying to give him CTE. Athena started talking shit about his wife. And he heard that. He got to work immediately. He threw the little T-spear with the bacteria that could eat her radiation power. She started suffering. As soon as Granny Goodness seen her suffering, Granny Goodness called her a fucking disappointment and a worthless worm. Like, he told you they were using you. But they came up with an idea. It was like, hey, let's blow this bitch up. Hey, I thought you said not to blow this bitch up. But guess what? We could reverse the bitch so it's blown up on the other side of the dimensional motherfucker type shit. So I was like, I bet, man, let's blow some shit up. So boom, they shoot that shit and blew that bitch up. Jeff was able to get Michael back up because he can't fly type shit. And Athena was hollering about some help, please, after all she fucking did. But hey, man, we tried, couldn't save you. Jeez. And then after that, they just hit the ground after saving the day, man. But yeah, man, after the next few weeks, Bruce Wayne brought Prescott Tower. Bruce Wayne bought Athena's company and Holt Industries along with it, ensuring the Nexus Engine would never see the daylight again. The clinics he funded also helped the people at the bottoms, giving back to the community. He well funded the doctors to make sure they stay on, all the peoples affected by the radiation and all that. The mayor, who was getting paid off, was arrested for bribery, and he paid respect to the Spectre, and he found his true identity as Mr. T, Mr. Terrific, the superhero, alongside the other heroes type shit. So whole time we found out Granny Goodness actually was the one who killed his wife. He took her because she was mesmerized by her brain, because how smart she was in her experiments. She made it look like a car crash. Took in the baby too, but the mom ultimately didn't survive. And then he looked at his son for the first, his long lost son. He was like, damn, you look like my wife, bro. Like, so that shit was like, damn. And then he hugged him in, and you see it, father-son relationship right off the bat, man. And then we found out the Hellhound is really his pet, man. Yeah, it's all tying up together. And then Prescott was saying how she suffered and was getting tortured in that joint for all those years. She started saying that how she was ready to go back home. And even Mr. Terrific offered, like, hey, I can get you back home. Then she started tweaking, saying, I don't need your help. He was literally asking for help before you literally was trapped. He was saying, please, please. And she got the tweaking, and they all just left her ass in there. She a threat. Leave her ass in that. And then we found out this whole thing was all a story to his son. And he was just giving this heartfelt speech saying, even though you ain't met your mom, man, the love from her flows through me to you. But now the past is behind us and the future is unwritten. And then Prescott crazy ass somehow gets to the fucking real world, gets out the fucking dimensional portal, and then we get this shady motherfucker working for Lex trying to start some crazy shit. But yeah, man, that's Mr. Terrific Year 1, man. Amazing ass comic, man. This is an amazing story about him finding his true identity after going through a lot, and after going through some heartbreaking stuff, after losing his wife, after losing his longtime best friend, man. And he just was able to overcome that. He was battling self-deleting thoughts, bro. He was battling depression, and he was able to overcome that and try to achieve something that he loved to do, look out for his community. And hopefully, you know, over the years, Mr. Terrific can get some more light, get some more shine, bro. Because I loved him in that Superman movie. I feel like he definitely deserves a movie or a series or something, bro. Because DC be having some 5 black superheroes, but they don't be showing them no light, no love, bro. But they definitely did their thing with this Year 1, man. They got Static Shock, but they ain't really do nothing with him for in a minute. Hopefully, they do their thing, bro, and give this man a movie or a series, bro. Yeah, man, I relate to it, because sometimes people go through a lot, and it can just alter your state and how you go about things and your whole vibe about life. And sometimes when you just going through a lot, it's just hard to keep going. But man, you just gotta keep going, even when it don't feel like it's possible, even when it feels like, oh, it ain't gonna work. You just gotta keep digging, because you ain't never know when your big break is gonna be, when it's your time. A motherfucker could be digging forever, but they could just give up right before they dig for that gold. You feel me? So you just keep pushing, bro. You gotta have that belief that you going to get through them hard times, and it's going to work, bro. It's all going to work in the end, bro. And yeah, if y'all going through some hard times, man, believe in yourself, man, y'all going to make it through it, bro. No cap. But yeah, this is an amazing comic, amazing black superhero, Mr. Terrific, man. Hope, man, if you watch all the way through, hopefully you like, comment, sub, man. Hopefully you like this video. Shout out to y'all. Had to end Black History Month off with a banger. Love y'all.